I got another guest in the building with me, and we was talking a little bit behind the scenes. So I'm gonna, because the book says, ask Alngelo. So I'm gonna ask Alngelo some questions. We was talking. He put some stuff in my head, so we have to ask him. Ladies and gentlemen, in the place to be, sitting right next to me, it's the one and only Alngelo. Ellerbee in the building.
My man, Bobby, my man. My pleasure, man.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Let me explain something to y'all. I talked on the phone with Alngelo, because we do some mutual business together. And he said, yo, Bobby, I got a book out. I said, I know you got a book out, man. He said, listen, let me come on your show. I said, you don't already took the words out of my mouth. I was scared to ask you, but since you want to come on up. And he came through, and that I thank you for.
No, I thank you, and I thank your audience. I love the energy inside of this room. It's enough to put anyone on the cloud, man.
Oh, thank
and
you,
I applaud you because you make people feel comfortable. I saw the way that you handled the young lady. She was tense, as anybody would be tense that don't do this.
Right.
But you made her comfortable, man. I hope you continue to put out that kind of energy. Your persona is magnified. Do what you do, brother.
Thank you so much, man.
God's gonna bless you the way you want to get blessed, man.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, anytime somebody can say God's gonna bless me, I'm taking it. Does it? I'm blessed. So let's go. But let's get into Alngelo's book real quick. Well, actually, before we even get into the book, you're not new to this. You're literally, and it says 46 years in the industry. For those who don't know, like literally, Alngelo put it in this game, in the business. Please explain to the audience your journey in this entertainment field, in this business. How did you actually get, your career started in the beginning?
My degree is in fashion design. My clothes sold in all of the department stores across the country. I was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey.
All right, Newark.
I came from a broken home. My mother was a waitress. I always wanted great things for my mother, so I went to work as a designer. Lived in Paris for a couple years.
Wow.
Brought my mama home. I'm into charitable things, particularly in the community in which I come from, which is Newark, which is a deprived community.
Right.
I began to educate and stimulate and motivate in the awareness of AIDS and HIV back in the 70s. I joined forces with a gentleman by the name of James Mtume.
Oh, okay. One of our friends.
And he's my mentor. He's almost like my dad.
Oh, okay.
He used to come to my fashion shows that I did in Newark. His wife was a designer. I began to help his wife a great deal. He came to me.
I'm sorry, I mean
Camille.
Camille. Right.
So he came to me and asked me if I would manage him. I said, man, I don't know anything about managing. I do clothes. That's what I do. I don't manage people. Every day, Mtume was signed to Epic, Sony.
Right.
And every day he would send me over to Epic. And I was about the most I was not in tune to knowing what the music industry was, but every day I would go, I would come back and I would sit in the yellow room. That's where you had to sit at in Mtume's house, and he would begin to educate you.
Yes.
He would begin to tell you what you needed to ask. Well, I became the manager for Ifland, which was his corporation, Mtume, Tawafa, and all of his artists. And then I worked on the first motion picture that Oprah Winfrey had done, which was The Native Son.
Right.
Starred Oprah Winfrey, and Mtume did the musical soundtrack for it. And I began to do publicity. I knew nothing about publicity. I went out and bought 200 newspapers, man, and cut the bylines and found out where the music was, and that's how Double Exposure was developed, and it's now going into 47 years.
Wow. I mean, and actually, and you just said it. You said you really didn't know that much about publicity. So as you was, you were doing it. Right.
It was an acquired taste. It was something that I learned as I went. Mtume trusted in me. He taught me. He educated me on things that I absolutely knew nothing about, and that's why I feel it is a service that I have to give back to young PR people, young managers. It's a give back. I was sitting in your waiting room, and there was a young lady there. I don't know her name, but obviously she was in PR, and she's very excited about her business. And it's a good thing to be excited about your business and the growth and the development of it. I heard her talk about artists that she was developing, and all she wanted was a chance to get to the next level. That's the excitement. Not these publicists that are out here today
Right. What's the difference?
Oh, it's a big difference in the publicists of yesteryear to the publicists that are more ambitious than being ambitious.
Right.
A lot of them are ambitious, and what I mean by that, there is no focus. They're just all over the map.
Right.
You have to you can't just go out and do social media and go out to parties. That's not doing publicity.
Right.
You have to sit back, educate your mind to what you're selling. And what you're selling, you have to be able to go and be that salesperson.
Exactly.
You have to be able to articulate without listening. I don't listen to music. And yes, I've handled from Michael Jackson to Whitney Houston to Dionne Warwick to DM. I'm going down the list. I don't listen to music. I listen to the soul.
Right.
The soul tells me the sincerity of the artist. My staff will listen to the music and tell me what. My job is to understand what I'm selling.
Right.
So when I hear this very energetic young lady that was in your waiting room talk about the projects that she's working on, I applaud her because you've got to be excited about it. You have to have an adrenaline that is going to go through your body, that you get up every morning and you're excited about doing that job.
No, other people is not going to be.
Or other people are not going to do that job.
Exactly.
And it's not, I want young people to understand, it's not about the money. It's not about the money.
Can you please explain that to an audience? Because some really think it is about the money. And you just mentioned something too about social media. Do you think that now, I guess you can say publicists are now getting lazy because they feel that social media can cover it for them, but you still have to do the groundwork?
You know what, I'm saying that social media, digital, all these things work in tangent with hard work.
Exactly.
Okay? So I believe still going to research, understand my client away from its music. I want to talk to your mother. I want to talk to your father. I want to find out about you. What makes you that person?
Right.
So when I go to sell, because I'm not reading no bios, because the bios ain't nothing but a bunch of lies that I've set back and put together so that people would be impressed with you.
Right.
But when I know the difference of the rights and the wrongs and what you would do and what you're not going to do in your selling qualities, that's what I know.
Right.
I can get on the phone and I can shoot it.
Right.
I can just shoot it and book it. Shoot it and book it, shoot it and book it, because I know my talent. Then we have to look at those things that are rudimentary. Everybody, and we got to be able to give these young black publicists a chance.
Right. Yes.
I hope that those people on that A level will give the young black PR people a chance, like you give those white PR people a chance.
Yes.
Give them a chance to screw up, just like you give the white publicists a chance to screw up.
Right.
They have the same abilities when you support them. I talk about that A-list artist that believes that people of color cannot open the door for them because someone else can do a better job. And I always say, give everybody a chance. We all gonna screw up. We all gonna mess up. But it's how we go about to clean up.
Right.
So I think it's important that a publicist takes the time to develop relationships.
Right.
It ain't about a press list. That's a phone book. I give anybody my press list. People call me up, you can have it. Because I have the relationships
to sell.
Yeah, I have relationships where I can pick up the phone and say, I can get that done, I can get that done, and I can get that done. I'm not going to go by a list after 47 years. And that's the new. I keep a staff of people that keep me informed about how the system is changing, who's in, who's out. That's where you have to be at, and then you have to have that relationship with that editor, that relationship with that digital person. Those things become important that you know your job. So when I hear the good energies of young people who are excited about what they are doing, then I applaud the effort, and I want to help them to the next level of their career.
Well, we definitely appreciate that from you, and also putting out the book. Sharon, we can get a clip of the book on the air. Show everybody the book. We talking about 40 years of industry experience. Ask Alngelo, and you put this book out to, like you said, to educate young people, particularly. Let's just call it
people
what it
of color.
I was about to say people of color. Why do you think a lot of young people in the music industry today don't feel that most of the stuff that they read in the book actually plans out, because they look at how everybody is getting put on in the music industry and how they're going up this ladder successfully, some successfully in the business?
Well, you know,
because your trade is different. It's, you know, and please, everybody, pick up a copy of the book because I don't want Ansel telling y'all everything. You can ask him something, but he ain't gonna tell you everything.
You know what, Bobby? What's really important for me is that you have to take time to understand if this is what you want to do.
Exactly, and we've always said that to people, particularly rappers.
Everyone thinks that it is, it's not a, first of all, a recording artist, it's not a part-time job.
Right.
It's a full-time job. You can't just go smoke your joint, drink your beer, get high on your Hennessy, and go inside of the booth and do what you think you're doing.
Right.
And don't want to do the other things that takes and that is necessary for you to do to promote your record and have winning success.
Right.
It all becomes a part of the puzzle. So you record it, and if you're smart, you'll understand every particular entity that has to be covered in making your record.
Right.
And so many times young people don't want to know the business.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't want to know the business.
Exactly.
All they want to do is record, sign autographs, and do a show.
Exactly.
But when they're home getting that SSI check or getting that unemployment check, they will then understand you have been ripped off because you did not educate yourself about your publishing, about your royalties, what recoupments were about, and it goes on and on and on and on. So we have to educate ourselves about this business.
Sure.
You have to understand that America is gangster to the 9th degree. And if you don't know, they're not going to tell you.
Exactly.
And so I tell people constantly, you got to read.
Yeah.
You know, there's a time to do everything, but then there's a time to educate yourself. And then I go into a thing about people that you have in your life.
Right.
Demons come in disguises, man. Demons come in all colors. They come as your friends. They come as your brothers, your sisters, everybody. They come in disguises.
And we've seen
it. So you have to really take the time to make people understand that you're serious about your business. And if they're going to be a part of you, then they have to earn that respect to be a part of it.
Yes,
because what you find is you'll find a rapper, male or female, having their posse around them, their group around them, not adding to the ingredients of winning.
Right.
So they're either around them because they're going to get high, they're going to get money, they're going to do whatever. They're a part of the enterprise. It doesn't work like that. When you go to put these people on planes, it's called recoupment. When you put them in hotels, it's called recoupments. So when the records are sold and it's now time for you to get your money, and you look at it and saying, what the? Well, the record company got theirs first.
Exactly.
And you sitting back saying, and now you got to go and do 500 shows for the rest of your life in order to live the quality of life that you have become accustomed to.
And on them also, I'm just saying for an experience, also them not even letting you see the other half of the books. Because, you know, they carry 2 books. You know what I'm saying? In the music industry, you know, that's one of the things that I'm happy that I did being involved. You know me, with my success with the group Stetsasonic, was that I was able to have my own publishing company separate from, you know, Tommy Boy Music. So, you know, that's because I have family members in the business.
But that is somebody taking the time to simply say, hey, old man, you need to take care of your business.
Yes.
You need to take care, and you got to take care of your business. Listen, I'm romantically in love with my mama, but I can do my own books.
Right.
I can sign my own check. I went through all of that. And that's one of the reasons that I wrote the book, and that I lecture so much, and that I speak to people so much, because I've seen my people get ripped off based on them not taking the time to want to learn about the craft or the business called music.
Yeah, because they think, oh, it's too much. You know, just pay me the money and I do what
and
I'm
talk to my
do.
manager.
Exactly.
I love it when they tell me to talk to their manager. I said, so what's wrong with you? Why can't I talk to you? Because you don't know what the hell you doing. And so it's on somebody else. So when y'all break up, see, there's a courtship, there's an engagement, and then there's a marriage, because that's what a manager is. It's marriage, because they got you for 5 good years, and if they got you for 5 good years, and you sold some records, you taking care of them.
Exactly.
So ask stupid questions. Do you get high? Because if you do, you ain't messing with my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you a liar? Do you gamble? All these things become important. Look at some of our artists today where we have family members managing following them. And they get to the apex of their success and look around and say, I think I'm going to fire you today.
Yeah.
Because now they understand what it takes. And I think you all know, your viewers know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, they definitely do. But some trying to close their eye to what you're talking about.
You can't close your eye to it.
Yeah,
you know, rape is rape.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't close your eyes to rape.
Yeah. Hey, listen, y'all. What I suggest everybody do, please pick up a copy of this book. Educate yourself. My man Alngelo, Ellerbee. This book definitely will guide you. Tell us about real quick before I let you go, about who was one of your favorite artists that you work with, helping develop and doing PR work for them?
You know what?
You work with a lot.
I'm going to say this. If we can take some of the people that I've worked with, if we would have listened to them, like a Whitney Houston and a Michael Jackson and a DMX, if we can listen to what they are saying to us, they're crying out, man.
Yeah.
They cried out, right?
Yeah.
And all we wanted to do as a fan base is talk about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So X is in the thing now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So can't we give him some love?
Yeah, definitely.
As opposed to start to take away from him?
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need a collectiveness.
Yeah.
Don't ask why. Just be there for him.
Yeah, because
you understand?
because we're looking at another brother that we know that is talented, and we see him spiraling down. It's like, hey, and it's like the young lady, what's the Maya that wanted to reach out to her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
exactly.
And he
exactly.
He definitely.
And that's what we need to do, because when we do that, we're strengthening our community. We ain't nobody, you and me singly, but you, me, and everybody else, we're a collective.
Definitely.
We can empower them.
Yeah.
And I'm just simply saying, so those artists who are out here hurting and in pain, and they haven't had a record in 4 or 5 years, let's not shut the door on them.
Yeah,
because you know what? When they take Cyndi Lauper, they take all the white talent that has been away from the 80s and they bring them back, they bring them back in a big way.
Yes.
But when it comes to our talent, we're not so supportive. I'm glad that I'm seeing Escape come back alive. I'm glad that I'm seeing New Edition come back. But it took 30 million people to say it's okay for BET to watch that piece. And it's all good and wonderful. We need to do that more. There's so many young artists out here now that have made records that are sitting, that when I walk the streets, they're sitting on the corner with a can. But we won't embrace.
Right.
We got to learn to embrace.
Yeah.
And we also got to begin to not hold a grudge.
Well, that's one of the things that a lot of us, tend to host, particularly in the music industry, because a lot of people really got burnt and felt like, well, I'm turning my head that way, and I agree. We definitely should. But we also got to watch ourselves too. Because the industry, this is a big, cookie monster jar here, and you can get swallowed up.
It's gangster. Call it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's gangster.
Yeah, and you can get swallowed up in it. But I will say this, man, because I had guests on my show, a lot of guests, and you're actually the first person I actually got to sit down with to talk, to really put it out there to people. But I'm gonna put this out before I let you go. We talked just a few minutes ago, Alngelo.
Yes.
And we know his book is out, so please, everybody, purchase the book. Ask Alngelo. Please show your love, support it. Read 46 years of industry experience, and you need to read the book to find out who he had the experience with. Just show your love. But what I'm going to ask Alngelo now is, and I'm not going to ask, a job reference. I'm going to ask in an opinion. Okay. We talking back here. Stetsasonic. We doing our final show, October 6th, October 7th. So Alngelo and Shirley goes in there. They go, nah, we're going. Alngelo said, listen, this is not the time for y'all to call this around. So Alngelo, what do Stetsasonic do, man? I'm asking Alngelo.
They sit back and they have a meeting of the minds. And then they want to expound their marketing. They don't want to just be in the U.S. They want to go global. They want to reach out to those booking agencies overseas. They want to have a plan. They want to take some new photos. They want to update they want to do an EPK. They want to let people know that you're out here and you're visible and you're working. The thing is that it took you all these years to get to this point that you can become, and that people will call you a legend.
Right.
And now because you're a legend, you ain't face down looking up.
Right.
All right? It'll be a time for you to do that, but this ain't the time for you to do it. Right now, it's like capitalizing off of what you put inside. It's what you put in is what you get out. And you don't get out what you put in when you want it out.
Right. So
now is your time that you're at the apex of your success, that y'all have a serious meeting of the minds. What do you mean final? What's final?
Well, call it quits. Retire?
Well, why y'all calling it quits now? Because now you want to come back.
This is true. Fellas, Daddy-O, Prince Paul. I asked Angelo. I asked him. That, I don't even want you to say no more because I know Angelo's on the clock and then the money rolls. I don't want to. That's it right there. But I tell you, man, and I'm going to say this to everyone that's watching. Seriously, I need to have you come back again.
I would love to.
Please come back. And everybody, Peter or Sherman, if y'all have a still shot of his book, please put it up. I want everybody to go out and show your love and purchase the book. It's called Ask Angelo, 46 years of industry experience. And a lot of you young kids definitely need to know, even old people, I won't say old people, but more seasoned people who want to continue to because there's some people who've been in this business for years, they just want to say, you know what, I'm done with it because they ate me alive.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't, I've had it with this. Before you go, what do you say to those people who've been in it, but they said I've had it with this because they've been through such a horrific experience? What do you say to them?
The first thing I say is called life.
Right.
Then I say that you need to walk with faith.
Right.
And I say that you need to fall romantically in love with who you are and believe. If nobody else believes, you believe, and you make them believers in you. The same energy that it takes for you to give up is the same energy it takes for you to go on.
Right.
So why don't we just take that energy and go on and move on and claim victory?
Oh, Dad, I feel like the Jacksons right now. I'm done. I'm finished right here. Ask Angelo, please pick up a copy of the book. 46 years of the industry experience. And we're going to get Angelo to work with the Jacksons, too. Because since Michael died, and he worked with Michael, since Michael died, I don't know what Jermaine Tito and him is doing, And we're going to have Tito up here, too, in a little bit, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Tito. That's another story. But, Angelo, I thank you so much for coming down here, bringing the book, and sharing your time and your knowledge. And I am requesting for you to come back again within, and let me see, how can I calculate this? Let's say September.
Before the retirement.
Well, that's September. Because in October 6 and 7 we do. And would you come support us?
I absolutely will. I absolutely will.
Angelo is in the building. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Get the book. Show your love. Bobby Simmons will be back. Y'all don't disappear. Check